son of a bitch! Do what you're here for!
Most movies start at the beginning of a story, but Fury is a war film that chooses to kick off at the tail end of one, when soldiers are broken and the stakes are as high as they can get. The conclusion of World War II is fast approaching, but the American tank units on the ground don't know that, having suffered staggering losses to the superiority of German armour and firepower. Brad Pitt plays Don War Daddy Collier, who heads up one such battalion, a band of disparate brothers who have traversed Europe in a tank called Fury, leaving a trail of dead Nazis in their wake. We meet them moments after one of their number has been killed, with blame and recriminations being thrown around the inside of the tank, handily giving us an introduction and insight into each of the characters. So we meet the fast-talking, hard-drinking driver, the sensitive, God-fearing gunner, and the tank's loader, a bully whose lack of smarts is matched only by his aggression. The unspeakable horrors of war are etched on their faces, the men of Fury clearly having been to hell and back, which is why they are dismayed when assistant driver Norman Ellison is forced upon them. A young typist sent to the front line in spite of the fact that he's never seen a day of combat, he's bewildered and confused, while the rest of his new team see Norman as the weak link that could get them killed. What follows is 24 hours in and around Fury as the platoon journeys deeper into German territory, first claiming a town that puts up little fight, and then being charged with the task of guarding a crossroad that proves to be a much more dangerous mission. It's a story that it makes sense for writer-director David Ayer to tell, having scripted the likes of U-571, Training Day and End of Watch. Like those films, Fury deals with the bonds that men form as they endeavour to deal with the very real horrors of conflict and combat. Trouble is, these brilliantly scripted exchanges are punctuated by multiple tank battles, some of which simply don't work on screen. Because once you understand the mechanics of such warfare, the spectacle isn't great, the struggles themselves slow and unwieldy, playing out like a violent version of the game of Tractor Chicken in Footloose. Ayer's script also takes something of a nosedive at the midway point when the men of Fury encounter two German women. There's great character work in this extended scene, but it lasts too damn long, the film losing all momentum. But perhaps the biggest crime that Fury commits is the way in which it goes all Hollywood in the final few reels. The concluding battle feels alien to the previous 2 hours, a far-fetched face-off that mixes melodrama with the action, and is filled with noble deaths that undermine the subtle solemnity of what has gone before. But while Fury has its fair share of shortcomings, the film still works, thanks largely to several outstanding performances from an ensemble that oftentimes elevates the material. Pitt is predictably excellent as the tank commander forced to make appalling decisions in order to save his men, while John Bernthal delivers a similarly powerful performance as the monster who bullies, intimidates and dominates his fellow soldiers. And Logan Lerman is a revelation as New Kid Norman, the vessel through which the audience experiences the film. His character goes on Fury's most complex journey, transitioning from wide-eyed innocent into battle-hardened warrior in the space of a day. And while that time frame is barely believable, Lerman wholeheartedly sells it so that come the end of the movie you're truly willing him to survive. Their efforts make it easier to forgive the odd misstep along the way, the resulting film not really telling us anything new about war, but presenting the harrowing horror of it all in honest, authentic and, when those tanks aren't crawling towards each other, frequently gripping fashion, and earning Fury an IGN score of 7.4 out of 10.